tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Need you. Need you. I need you. This is the only song Roxy knew, so turn it up, because Roxy got to dance to this one song. Roxy actually knew this one. I was like, all right, I was scared.
It took me a second, though.
I thought we were going to have to put on, like, some Maroon 5 or something, but she knew how to time. She was like...
No, I'm better than that.
I need to come up with better chair choreography, because I always feel like I do this like arm thing because it's like the only thing I could do.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Nicolette's got some good ones. We gotta get her opinion if she ever shows up to the damn show.
I mean, goddamn. I felt like Beyonce. I was like,
yeah.
goddamn. What up, AfterBuzz? It's your boy DJ Jesse J here at MTV's Battle of the Exes II, the challenge after show. Joined in studio by Miss Roxy Striar.
Hello, happy to be here.
Well, at least you are, because Nicolette damn done left our asses.
Okay, but I have enough to say for all of us.
You sure do.
So, as always.
Boop. All right, let's talk about it. So, because there was a lot that happened in this.
Yeah, there really was.
As a matter of fact.
It was a big night for MTV, I feel like. I'm like emotionally drained after all the MTV stuff tonight.
From the real world to this.
See? Like I'm on a long roller coaster.
You left the real world. You came back and it was like an emotional fuck up for you.
I came back for you guys tonight because I love you guys, and secretly I came back for me because it's my pleasure.
In other words, she just came back for herself. But yeah, no, we really appreciated you coming.
Oh, thanks. I did it just for you. And
thanks. All right, so let's talk about it.
Oh, you want to do that? Is that what we're here to do? I'm confused. Is this an after show for...
Do you want to talk about it?
I feel like we should probably... Yeah, let's talk about it.
Should we?
If I have to say yes or no, I'm going to go yes.
You're going to go with yes. All right, so basically Nia tells Zach at the beginning of this that Jay and Jenna are out because of last week's bullshit. Is that where we started off? That's not where we started off.
No, we start with the whole Sarah and Jordan thing.
That is where we started off.
There's something a little bit before that.
That Sarah was... so it was basically Nia starts off telling Zach, like, look, Jay and Jenna are going to win. Are going in, like, because of last week's bullshit. Nia's pissed about it. Moving on. We have Sarah crying and writing a note to Jordan.
Yeah. Which was really, really cute and very emotional. And I was so excited for her because, honestly, it just shows that women are great sometimes. Like, they can be the bigger people, and really, even though Jordan didn't apologize and he didn't say anything back and he could have been really nice about it, he wasn't. But she was like, okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be the bigger person because I really care about him as a friend, which I think is awesome. I really appreciated that she stepped up her game and did what all people should do over stupid shit, which is just say, sorry, I'm sorry. And I do feel like she should have apologized, but he should have apologized too.
As well. He read the letter, and then I love that scene where she comes out of the bathroom and he's like in front of her, like, hug me.
Yeah, that was really, really cute. Like they said, they kind of have a brother-sister relationship. It's weird because this is Battle of the Exes, not Battle of the Siblings.
And they, like, kind of hooked up.
Yeah, and you don't typically hook up with your sibling unless you're into that whole incest thing.
I'm going to pretend that cup did not just taste weird. Sorry.
Did you make a weird face?
It was really awkward.
You should have had your Coca-Cola.
Things are happening to me right now, guys.
So many things are happening. It's one of those nights.
It's one of those nights. So hopefully that's going to kind of slow things down with Jordan and Sarah. We were hoping, and it did for most of the episode.
Yeah. You know, I think that what do you mean it did for most of the episode? The whole episode, I
for the
feel like.
whole episode. I mean, obviously, later on, we kind of... Not that they get upset, but the whole challenge with the, like, jumping from truck to truck, they kind of got a little... there were some mixed emotions over some mixed wires, and
you would think after
but they handled it well.
Their emotional breakthrough, they would have done a better job, because I think they could have won that challenge.
Yeah, for sure.
At the end of the day, doesn't fucking matter, because they didn't go home, but still, they probably would have liked to have the night off and not compete in the Dome. Mm-hmm. It's not called the Dome anymore.
I call it the Dome.
Okay,
I call it the Dome.
It's always the Dome.
Sure.
Maybe you're just thinking about some Dome.
Not my life. All right, so we get to the challenge, and basically this was like the coolest challenge ever. If I was to go on one of these shows, this is the type of challenge that I want to partake in.
I really appreciate Wes and Sarah and the people who are on the show that actively talk about how fucking cool this is. It's really cool. So say how cool it is. You know, I get that you're nervous and whatever, but this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And I feel like if I was there, I would really try to embrace that, even if I was scared shitless, which I probably would be.
They really don't be reacting to a lot. Like, they all just be like, oh my God. I'd be like, what the fuck? I mean,
Yeah.
my reactions would be on some other ish. But the thing is so they have to jump from truck to truck, and now the trucks they separate and they come back together. They do that twice. And on top of that, the guys have to be on the outside of the girls, because then the wires get tangled. That is the trickiest part. And that's the part that would have irritated me the most, because I'm like, so you're telling me that one little slip up could cause me to be flying off a damn truck? Like,
Right. Both that and the fact that if you do get tangled, some of you can get untangled and some of you can't. That's kind of fishy, you know. I would have made TJ explain that like 15 times. Like, you tell me, wait.
TJ would hate you.
Yeah, oh my God, the most. That's why he loves Sarah, and everybody can tell, because Sarah's just excited about everything and like, hell yeah, let's do it. She doesn't really ask a lot, she just goes into it. I'd be like, wait, one more time. Explain it one more time. Wait, so if I step right with this foot and he steps left with this foot, like literally, I would want to know exactly how far we could cross over.
I know.
But then I would win the fucking thing. That's not true. I would get crushed, probably.
So Jay and Jenna get to pick the order, because they were last week's power couple.
And what are they going to do? They're going to shit on our boy.
Once again, as if you didn't already shit on them last week.
Right.
You're like, fuck it, let's just make full enemies out of them.
Although it's kind of smart, because why piss anybody else off? Like,
True.
Obviously, I don't want to see Leroy and Nia going in first, but I get why Jay and Jenna did that at this point. Makes sense.
So Leroy and Nia go first. Nia was easily jumping, really good. I mean, they, to me, look the smoothest.
Teresa says it
other
looks
than
like she's
Teresa
hopping
and
over
Wes.
puddles.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. But again, I talked about this a couple weeks ago. People aren't realizing how long Nia's legs are. She's so freaking tall. Leroy is also very tall. This competition is it was probable that they were going to win, because they are both long-legged and athletic, and I don't know who's stronger than them for something like this.
Yeah, you know, it was interesting for Nia, for her to complete the whole thing, and then at the end be like, I'm mad that I hesitated, because that was so easy.
Right.
Because it is. I mean, like, they weren't that far away, the jumping, but...
If you're tall.
No, I mean, look at Jay. Jay did it pretty easy. The only thing is it trips you out, is because you're up there, it's moving, and you
Because
really...
you're running from one truck to another truck.
Yeah.
Of course it trips you out.
But so to see that moment of Nia like, oh shit, you're the first person to do this. Like, you didn't get to watch nobody. You're the first person. Not even Leroy at least gets to watch you try and jump.
That's why it's so freaking impressive that they won.
Yeah.
Because you very rarely find that when people go first in these things.
And I feel like if they didn't go first, they may not have won. I feel like
how
they
come?
needed all of that energy. They needed the fact that, oh, you put us in first. Oh, you put us in last week. We have a point to prove. We're the first ones. We don't get to watch anything. Let's just go in this. I felt like that really, because like you said, I would need somebody like Leroy who's yelling and motivating and, you know,
right.
coaching you while you're doing it.
Here's the thing that going first actually you benefit from. There's nobody else that you say, I just have to beat that number. So, you know, when somebody else has a low of 4, all you're trying to do is get above 4 sometimes.
Right.
So if you just are going as much as you can, as hard as you can, because you don't know how other people are going to go, you're never trying to do the bare minimum.
True that.
So they excelled.
Zach and Janedy go second.
Jesse, tell me when. Just like tell me when.
So Janedy, I thought was doing a good job at first.
Killing it. She's awesome. She did a great job. She's doing fantastic. She's fabulous. She's small. She's still making all the jumps. She is just doing everything that a great partner should do.
And so they got 10 balls, and then the 11th ball. So what happened was Janedy got the 9th ball.
Yep.
Or no, Janedy got the 10th ball, and she came and ran back. And then as she came and ran back and jumped onto the truck, before she landed in the truck, Zach jumped off of the truck to go get the other ball.
I'm sorry, are you allowed to do that? No. So did she DQ? No. Your ball didn't count. And guess what? You still would have gotten that extra fucking ball if you had just waited for her, but you couldn't because you were so busy bitching about whatever she was doing. Here's my deal. Here's the problem. I have a hard time watching this show at this point because of him.
Yep.
It actually makes me feel stressed out when she is on camera with him because I'm scared for her. Emotionally, he just is the most abusive motherfucker alive.
Like, there's just not one good thing you could honestly say about Zach. Like, he doesn't even come off attractive at this point anymore. For me personally, like, his skin looks bad. Like, his hair looked greasy. Like, I don't know if I'm just noticing these things because his personality making me look at them. But
the way he yells at her when she didn't even disqualify them, as if she did, he's like, everything you do is wrong. And later on, he's like, when do I blame you for anything you didn't do?
No.
All the fucking time. You blame her for everything. If you wake up with a pimple, I bet you blame her. Like, that's
you were stressing me out, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, he said, I played such a great game, and you're making it really hard for me.
What?
I played such a... I'm pretty sure Janedy jumped across the fucking thing, too. Pretty sure you're the one that didn't get the 11th ball.
Pretty sure we saw you in a challenge where you couldn't make it up a hill and you had to get paramedics because you were the one who was out of breath. That has nothing to do with Janedy, but it's just about you. Like, you have your own weaknesses, Zach. And I wouldn't point out your weaknesses because everybody has them if you didn't nitpick everybody to death.
I think Zach's gay.
There is something, I don't know
Honestly,
what
I
it
think he is.
but there's something there that is so deep-rooted because he's such an ass. Like, to his core, an ass. And I'm sorry, if Jenna watches this show, watches this season, and afterwards still is into him,
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah,
then that says something even worse about her.
Well, I mean, we watched her. Look at how she dealt with Jay. She let this little shithead fucking treat her like that. Imagine.
Jay cheated on her, and that's bad. That is completely different than calling all women a
Well, yeah, it is.
Inferior species. That, what did he say that they were?
I don't even remember that ignorance.
Like donkey somethings, whatever he says. He just doesn't respect women. Period. Period. Mm-hmm. So if you respect yourself, then you're not with him in any capacity.
I hope that that's not a situation that's really happening. So Jordan and Sarah go, and we thought they were going to do really well, but their wires got crossed, and they only got 4 balls.
Yeah, this was sad because of exactly what we were talking about this morning. They were great, and I don't know. I felt bad for them, but I do love seeing them compete, so it was kind of cool to get to see them in the end.
Mm-hmm. Wes and Teresa went easily, 10 balls. Jay and Jenna went after them. They got tangled at first, but then they untangled themselves.
I don't get it. I don't get what was that, like, what were they doing that made them be able to somehow wrench the thing over the thing? It doesn't make sense to me that they could do it, but Sarah couldn't figure it out.
I mean,
That's the second time that Jay and Jenna outsmarted Sarah and Jordan in something. Like, what don't we know about this couple?
They got 6 power balls.
Yeah.
6 balls,
Sure,
and Leroy
balls.
and Naya become the power couple.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. They did, even after they were put first, and even after everything else, they still did the damn thing.
And, that caused a lot of drama to start in the house. But before we get into that drama, I want to talk to you about this one. Can we get some, like, cool lighting effects right here, right now, or something?
Ooh.
What if your son was murdered, your daughter arrested, your child framed? Where does the truth lie? One crime will affect so many lives in the television event of the year. We're talking about ABC's groundbreaking new TV series, American Crime, which premieres Thursday, March 5th at 10/9 Central, of course, on ABC. The series is created by John Ridley, the Oscar-winning screenwriter of 12 Years a Slave. It stars Felicity Huffman, who Roxy loves,
Oh, obsessed.
and Timothy Hutton, who someone out there loves, and centers around issues such as race, class, and gender politics. Be sure to check it out, American Crime on ABC, starting Thursday, March 5th at 10/9 Central.
All I have to say is watch the trailer. If you are not hooked by that, then I don't know what's wrong with you. It looks unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I'm excited. This is right up my alley.
Incredible. An amazing cast. I'm so stoked for it.
I love that you wore the shirt for just for this.
Oh, yeah. Repping my American. But where's the crime part? You're going to do
Just
something
you.
to me? Oh, bad to the bone.
Bad to the bone.
I like it.
So make sure you guys check that out. It's American Crime, ABC, Thursday, March 5th at 10 p.m.
I'll be there.
Check it out on ABC. All right. So after the challenge, we get back to the house. Now here I thought Zach was going to make up for all of his negativity. He sits Janedy down and he explains his anger. And here's how I knew that I shouldn't have assumed he was going to apologize. Because instead of saying, I wanted to sit Janedy down and apologize to her, he said, I want to sit Janedy down and explain my anger. So when you say that, you're saying that you're trying to figure out ways to make your anger correct. And you want to explain that to Janedy.
Here's what I hear. Me. This is
Mine,
about
mine,
me.
mine.
Yeah, mine. This is me toning back. Because people have been making jokes all week on Twitter, like, tell us how you really feel about Zach, Roxy. You don't want to hear how I actually feel. No.
He called you a lady douche.
This is me toning it back because I actually have issues with. I'm awake at night thinking about people like him and why they exist in the world.
Child, I didn't.
I know it's not worth my thoughts, but that's how much I dislike the person he is on this show. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt by saying that, but really I just think it's the person he is, period.
He's very much into himself. I mean, knowing things on the show, off the show, it's just very clear that Zach only thinks about himself.
Period.
Which does not make for a good candidate in anything other than...
especially not a
I mean, not even
exercise.
a challenge. Not even on a challenge. You ain't even good at the challenge. You haven't even won a challenge.
Exactly.
Did he win?
And like you were just saying, no, he came in third for something.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he won with Frank's season when that was their team. Here's the thing. Like you're saying, let me explain my anger to you is not, I'm sorry I treated you that way.
Because he's not sorry.
Of course he's not, because he thinks that women are inferior, so you shouldn't apologize. That is not me making things up. That's actually putting together things he said. Are you kidding me?
Janedy.
Poor Janedy. Every time, I want to hold her and cry with her when I'm watching this. And this would be any woman who was doing it too, but I actually happen to really like Janedy too.
See, I don't want to hold her and cry with her. What I want to do is stand above the table and be like, bitch, you gonna let him talk to you like that?
Yeah, that's a better point. Honestly, me too, but I don't even know if I was in that situation if I would. I feel like I'm a strong woman, and if I had a person who self-admittedly is like Thor standing above me screaming at me like that, I think I would be really intimidated.
I probably would too. And then I would wake up in the middle of the night, grab some scissors, and cut his fucking hair off.
Why didn't anybody do that? Oh my god, that's brilliant.
I would chop that fucking Thor ponytail right off.
Me too. Honestly, thinking about it, if I see him at a club ever, just gonna start carrying around scissors with me.
She says, everything
would, too.
isn't all my fault. And he says, really?
What? He says,
because what have I blamed you for that wasn't your fault?
Today?
Right. She needs to be quicker. She ain't that quick with it.
That's the problem. I wish that because she's always on the defense because she's never initiating these conversations. If she could have a bulleted list and go at him on the offense and catch him off guard,
Yep.
I guarantee he wouldn't be quick like that either. Mm-hmm. But every time she's getting approached, it's like, she's so scatterbrained about it that I'm like, oh, girl, I know you know the right thing to say right there. You just have to get your thoughts in order. And that's why it's hard, because he keeps coming up to her, talking about himself. Mm-hmm. And she's such a nice person that she, like, sits and listens. It's ridiculous.
So Leroy and Nia they're the power couple, so they get the power dinner, and it was fried chicken, which is kind of like really MTV.
I couldn't stop laughing at this. Honestly, if Leroy had taken offense to it, then I wouldn't have been laughing. But because he was like...
It's Leroy. Leroy's like, not going to take offense to that.
I know. He was like, I'm not even
They could have given him Kool-Aid, and he would have been like, yeah.
I wonder if they honestly thought about it, but it is a little fucked up. Like, it is a little bit fucked up. Whatever, though. I love fried chicken.
I just feel like the power couple should have, like, 3 options that they can pick from.
Yeah.
For one of the things. Like, you giving them fucking
pizza,
cafeteria food.
I know.
Pizza and... They look like chicken tent nuggets.
Yeah, exactly. But this was my favorite one of any of these dinners that we've had, because of the fact that it goes back to the old school model where you have to sit down a certain amount of teams. I'm not saying that they had to, but they did. They sat down 3 teams, and I loved watching how their brains worked and how they deliberated. I thought it was so cool and interesting to see.
See, I loved it because finally, Leroy... You're playing the fucking game. We've waited how many challenges for Leroy to really, really play?
I completely agree. I do. You know I do. But I will say, is he playing the game or is he playing Wes's game?
No, I think at this point now he's playing the game, because I think he's playing Leroy's game, because if he was to play the game and throw Jay and Jenna in, like he said, that's very emotional. Now,
Absolutely.
He could have, I personally think he should have put Wes and Teresa in. Why I'm thankful he didn't put Wes and Teresa in, because I don't want Sarah and Jordan to go home, and I feel like Wes and Teresa versus Sarah and Jordan is way too tight of a match.
So let's talk about each of the scenarios. So if we go to Jay and Jenna, absolutely, Jay and Jenna would have gone home. But what on earth did you just accomplish, Leroy and Nia? Nothing. Your week was an actual waste of a turn, except for showing people in the house that if they vote you in, you're going to vote them back. Now it does open up to the house a little bit, like if you vote us in and you're not the strongest, we might not vote you in. Mm-hmm. But still, it would have been a waste, and I'm glad that Leroy finally thought, and Nia also, hey, let's not do this because we're pissed at them. Although I probably would have pulled them aside first and been like, let's make some sort of deal. That's fine. Then the second option would have been to throw in Wes and Teresa. Wes and Leroy have a bad history. Mm-hmm. They don't like each other very much. After Wes and Johnny Bananas, Wes's second least favorite person in the house was probably Leroy. So Wes and Teresa have been gunning for Leroy and probably will be gunning for Leroy. So throwing them in would have been a decent option. But
why? I don't think it would have. I mean, there was a moment where I did think that was the better choice. But I'm assuming that Leroy is cooler with Sarah. I mean, we know Nia is cool with Sarah and Jordan. So it's kind of like there's already a little something there with them. So if I put Wes and Teresa in, and Wes and Teresa send Jordan and Sarah home, now I'm really shit out of luck, and I'm here with Nia, and that's all we got.
Yeah, but if you're sitting there thinking who's going, you don't know what the competition is going to be.
Sure.
So, I mean, how are you going to say that Wes and Teresa are going to do a better job than Zach and John A? You don't know.
Well, I mean, you can kind of bet a little bit, no shade on John A, but, like, when it comes down to it, kind of like how we saw tonight with the challenge, Sarah is an alpha female. John A is not an alpha female.
Yeah, that's true.
She's capable.
But John A
she has
is the
her
one who
moments.
kept up, and Zach was the one who.
She has her little Mighty Mouse moments.
Yeah.
But for me, it made more sense in that because look at it. You have Jay and Jenna, Wes and Teresa, and Zach and John A. They all have an alliance.
Right.
The only people that don't is Leroy, Nia, Sarah, and Jordan.
Well, Sarah and Jordan have some alliance.
But we don't really know what it fully is.
Well, it was Johnny, and I thought Zach, but now we know Zach's with Wes. So.
And so, I just feel like getting rid of Zach and Johnny was the smartest idea that they could have done.
Here's why I think it was smarter too, because after what Wes says, he is saying, I have a number one. I can't get rid of my number one. I can't vote him in ever. But how do you get to be my number one? you take out my current number one, which is awesome because Wes didn't lie. Wes played the game. It was just like everything that Wes has always been respected for in this game, I'm finally seeing come to fruition in one moment.
No, that was like one of the best plays ever. Leroy was like, wait, I feel like you're the power couple now.
He acknowledged that, but then Leroy was still smart enough to go with what he was saying because it was the legitimate best move. I honestly, when I was listening to Wes talk, I was in the same awe that Teresa was. Like, I knew this guy was smart, but the way he worded it and just what he did was fucking brilliant. And you can't even take that away from him. Even if Leroy didn't end up throwing in Zach, it was still brilliant. Just that Wes was quick enough to think. I don't know. I just was like, holy crap, this is why you're a mastermind.
So Nia and Leroy go and tell Zach that they're basically going in. Zach knows that Wes must have said something. And we get to deliberation.
Wait, but that's the one part that it was confusing to me. Why didn't Leroy and Nia say, yeah, Wes said something?
I don't think that he said it because just in case Zach did come back, just in case it causes some sort of argument or fight or whatever, it doesn't fall back. So now Leroy's not going to have Wes mad at him too.
Yeah, but now Zach isn't going to be mad. Zach is just going to be mad at Leroy, not at Wes also.
But Leroy's fine with that.
Wouldn't you think that he would want to start controversy? For the same
No, my thing
reason,
is like, why does Zach think that he's like... Zach is like, yeah, you know, they're scared of me, and that's why they're putting me in. No one's scared of you.
I'm scared of him.
You're the one. You're the weaker team.
Yeah, I think that's true too because mentally, it's the puzzles and whatnot. They're not there.
They're not there. Too, you mentally abuse your teammates, so y'all ain't even you don't even have a stable ground to run on.
But it's for the same reason that when Wes and Teresa throw people in, they say who called them out because they're trying to start drama with other people. Like, I would think Leroy and Nia would want to start drama with Zach and Wes. I would only think that would help their game.
Yeah, but I just felt like they wanted that connection with Wes and Teresa so bad. They wanted that to be up in there.
Yeah, I got it. Well, let's hope that alliance sticks. We'll see.
So we get to the dome. And we get this hammer game.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a good case scenario. That didn't look like a great case scenario.
I would never want to do this one.
It's just like so much repetition. So much repetition.
So
hammer it home.
Hammer it home. So basically the guys start out and they have to hit this beam to this halfway point. And then after that, they switch off with the girls, and the girls take the sledgehammer, and they have to ring the beam into the bell. So Jordan versus Zach. We all kind of were like, Zach got this, like, he's Thor. Like, he got the fucking hammer.
Here was the obvious matchup. Zach was going to beat Jordan, and Sarah was going to beat Janedy. Here's what actually happened. Jordan beats Zach, and Janedy kind of was playing along with Sarah. Huh? Like, baffling. And that's why you never know on this show. Huh?
Well, and it just blows my mind. It's like all the shit you talked, Zach, and then in this episode, you fucked it up both times.
And you didn't say it. Like,
the reason you're going home, Zach, is because of you.
Actually 100% because of you. Did you see him trying with the top of the thing? Like, I love that Jordan says, Zach can hit it as hard as he wants. This is about efficiency. You know, and you don't think to yourself when you think hammering something in that it's about efficiency, but it clearly was. And Jordan is so smart, and we've seen that time and time again. He rocked this. And I'm sorry, but Wes put it perfectly. If I had one hand, I would be handicapping this challenge for sure. Jordan never even says that, and just, I couldn't even believe what he did. I couldn't even get over it.
It just shows the selfishness. I mean, you look at someone like Jordan, who would have done that whole competition by himself, one hand with one sledgehammer, and then you have and not say he's handicapped. And then you have someone like Zach, who says, "Oh, I'm handicapped because of my partner."
Right, because of your partner who
like,
is
that's
a
just
fierce
disgusting.
competitor.
I can't with that. So, and what blew my mind more so is the fact that Zach is like hammering the shit out of this. Like, sparks are coming up and it's barely moving, where Janedy is like ding 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 ding, and she was keeping up with Sarah.
Readjust your strategy, Zach. You had a long time. Readjust. You're seeing that he's beating you. You know he's not as physically strong as you. What is he doing that you're not doing?
See, is it that he's, we assume bigger people are physically strong, but maybe Zach is not physically strong. He's just physically bigger.
He wasn't using it, the actual tool, the way it's supposed to be used, and he was trying to put his hand at the top and kind of ding it. But really, what would help most is momentum.
Well, yeah, I do think that, but then at the same time, Janedy was up there with her little ting 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 ting, and
Sarah
she
was
moved
too,
it.
though. Sarah had her hand at the top, too. Mm-hmm. Because for girls, it's hard because, like she said, this thing is bigger than Janedy's arm. Like, she probably can't hold it down there. She probably has to hold it like that.
So, Janedy, congratulations to you, girl, because you did that. But Sarah and Jordan won.
And
Sarah, being the great competitor she is, goes up to Janedy.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you did a great job. And Zach is in the back talking about, shut the fuck up. Oh my gosh.
I can't believe it. In the background, Sarah is congratulating Janedy, saying she did such a great job, she should be proud. And Zach tells Sarah to shut the fuck up. Are you insane?
Yeah, he is. And that's why he's going home. Bye.
Here's my bigger problem, because I really wanted Janedy still on the show, but I hate him so much that I needed this couple gone.
But honestly, Janedy wasn't even mad. She was like, you know what, this had to happen. Like, I needed this closure. Like,
she probably was like, thank God I'm out of here.
Yes, like
she's probably gonna get over to Exiled and be like, shit, really? Like, I thought I was off of this.
I don't think they get to go to Exile.
No, I think that they're the last team that does.
Are they?
Yeah, I think that they do one more for Exiled. And that would be, spoiler alert, but that would be, I think, Bananas and Nany versus Janedy and Zach.
Well, I feel like
would be the last Exile.
I feel like Bananas and Nany are coming back.
Yeah, because if I was Janedy at this point, I would throw it.
Right,
like,
for sure. I'd be like, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm so done with him.
And we're so done with this. So on that note, let's head into predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV prediction.
Yo, this season has flown by. Mm-hmm. Did you just... How many years have we been here together, and what are you doing to me? What, like picking my nose on camera?
Yeah.
Is that what it looked like?
I think so. That's what it looks like to me.
Should I try to move closer?
It probably doesn't even look that cool on the actual camera, and I just am like, this is what we do here, guys. All right, so next...
We're probably on the wide shot.
Right. Ew. And no one gets that joke other than you and me. Losers. On that note, we've already done that. I'm losing it right now, guys. So next week we're going to get the Exiles coming in. From the silhouettes, I'm assuming it's Bananas and Nany.
I am too. It definitely looked like that. And if they're back in the game, shit's about to get real.
Telling you, Jordan and Sarah, all the way. I believe in him.
Well, what does that have to do with Bananas and Nany coming back in?
Because it don't even matter that Bananas and Nany are coming back, because Jordan and Sarah taking it to the top.
What do you think's up with Nia saying she's an emotional wreck? Because we see her in the other competition where she rolls out of that thing like a burrito, and she was crying in that, and now we see something with heights. Do you think she's just really scared, or something happened?
I mean, if you've never been put in these types of situations and you...
Which I sure as hell have not.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's just a lot. I can just imagine. I mean, what was that one? Zach couldn't even make it up the hill. You know what I mean? It's like, these challenges are really intense.
Yeah.
And they do that on purpose.
Sitting here watching our TVs, I don't even think we realize sometimes. Like,
No.
I'll be sitting here
I
eating
can't
my
even
chocolate.
stand fast forward and do the commercials and be like, oh.
I know, my arm hurts. I have to lift it up the whole time. Oh, this sucks. Honestly, I hope Zach's home watching this right now so that he makes
Who's going home next week?
Well, I don't know how it works. So is it going to be that...
I think one final couple's going to go. I think they're going to bring the Exile, then they're going to play one more competition.
And then
someone's
4
going
teams.
home, and then boom.
Ooh, I'm scared for our boy Leroy.
Really? Jay and Jenna.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, no, but that's the problem with Jay and Jenna. If they don't lose, they're not going to get voted in because everyone's going to want to go against them.
Yep.
Everyone. It's like what happened with Devin going to the final, kind of.
Next week, I see Wes and Teresa and Leroy and Nia being the two kind of...
Yeah, I don't even know
Go
if
Afters.
it might not be fair that I said that because Leroy and I have been doing such an amazing job, and I'm rooting for them so hard. So
I just honestly, I feel like it's about to just be like nonstop Jordan Sarah. I feel like they're about to go ham.
Yeah.
Because they did the apology letter. They're on good terms right now.
And because he's wearing that mustache everywhere, and you don't wear a mustache if you don't know you're a winner. And that's the truth.
Is that what they say about mustaches?
Well, you're sure as hell a winner, and you got that stash.
I'm not winning with this mustache. I need to go get me a haircut. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit us up at AfterBuzz TV on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You guys can tweet me at DJ Jesse J.
You can find me at Roxy Striar.
Also, make sure you guys check out American Crime on ABC this Thursday, March 5th, 10/9 Central. Till next week, same time, same place. Peace.
Executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.